Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good day, good evening. Whatever time you are watching this video. Okay. So today, as promised in the class earlier, I will explain to you about your second group assignment. Okay, which the due date will be on the 1st of May 2020. So let's get started. Alright. So if you can see here, this is the updated version of the assignment 2. I will put this in our e-learning school. Okay, the due date of our second assignment here is on the 1st of May 2020. So meaning that you will upload in school and check for turning in. Alright. And then upload in the final submission. So what actually you need to do for this assignment, your task here is to develop an application design prototype based on the topic chosen in assignment 1. So basically you have done with your assignment 1. You have come up with all the structures, so you should know well about the content of your assignment, of your project. So for the second part is more on the designing of your prototype. Okay, so don't worry about the working function. It's not necessary for you to have that. Only the interface will be focused on. So let's look at the instructions. The application design prototype must include the following 6 criteria. Okay, so I will explain this one by one. So the first one is navigation. It's basically how the users know where they are, where to go next, and how to get there from here. Okay, and you can refer to our chapter 6 notes on navigation. Alright, and I put here any 6, meaning that out of this 10 pattern, you must choose any 6 and then try to design it related to your project. Okay, so as example, if you are choosing the sign in tools, you need to design the prototype, the interface to represent this sign in tools. Okay, so if you choose a pyramid, so how is the pyramid is going to be look like in your design? All right. And then the second thing here is the list of things, displaying list of items in an interactive setting, patterns in information architecture, any 4. So this one you refer to our notes as well. And if you can see here, there are 5 patterns and you may choose any 4 that is relevant to your project. Okay, so it can be either new stream, dashboard, picture manager, or wizard. So you choose only 4, any 4. The third one is the actions and command, adding functionality to the controls. Choose any 4 also. You have button group, hover tools, action panel, prominent done button, and preview. So try to understand each one of these functionality and try to implement that in your design. I will explain about the marks later on. Number 4 is the input validation. So for input validations, you need to use all forms of user and control validation. So uh, it is where we get input from users through forms and controls. So normally in one form we will have a lot of data that we need to capture from user. So that is why you need to implement, you need to apply um, the proper forms, functions, and also the control validation. Okay, so every forms should have validation. Right, so you don't have to design for every form. I mean, not every form that you want to capture the user input. Okay, maybe you can just choose any two of three, but try to implement all the forms and all the control of forms of user and control validation in your design. Okay, so input validation, please refer to chapter 7. Same goes for social media connection, also from chapter 7, using various forms of social media to promote a brand. So please choose any four as mentioned here. It can be personal voices, it can be sharing widget, it can be leaderboard, or it can be listen chatter. So you will need to design this in your report. It can either be maybe one design or one screen. You will have two, it's okay, but the explanation you need to really explain it lah. Okay, explain it differently. And then the last one here is visual design. Okay, so sites with good visual design can drive engagement and increase the usability, and applies the 5 visual design in UX. So for this here, it is more on the overall view of your project. We are going to look at your design that can drive engagement and usability of user. So in order to help you for the in explaining and designing, uh, please apply the principles of the 5 visual designs in UX. What is user UX? UX is user experience. So you need to design and explain in terms of these 5 principles: scale, visual hierarchy, balance, contrast, and gestalt. Okay, so this is you required to have additional reading. Please go to this website, nnGroup.com, articles principles of visual design. Alright, okay, so basically these are the 6 criteria that you need to design for your project. And of course, for each criteria you will have a lot of screen. Okay, maybe 5 screen, maybe 6 screen, or maybe if you want to combine 2 or 3 pattern in one screen, also can. But remember, the explanation, the description should be addressed differently. Okay, so other than the prototype design, you are required to explain clearly the design pattern. Basically, the whole point of having that pattern in your design. So I'm going to show you. Okay, this is the marking criteria or the marking rubrics. Total is 100 marks. Okay, and then will be converted to percentage. Right. So please also look at the criteria in each section here. For example, navigation criteria. Please make sure that your navigations are all clearly labeled, and also the design of your navigation, all the pattern in the navigation should be easy to use for the target audience. Okay, maybe you need to support your design with a description. Like I said just now, you need to explain clearly. So if you just show your screen, it's not enough. Right? If you just show the screen, I don't know what is the content or what is your point. So that's why you need to do the description. So the same goes for the list of things. How you ensure that there's an the list is interactive, so we cannot show, right? So that's why you need to explain it, right? How the user browse your item. Can the user search for a specific item? Okay, and do you have the sorting and filtering attribute? So by choosing the right pattern, you should be able to address all these criteria. Actions and command use patterns to add functionality. Okay, so based on the functions that you choose, you need to also describe. Input validation, all forms, like I said just now, for input validation for your forms, you need to use all of the controls, right? Functions and validation. And then social media, use pattern in social media to promote a brand and share an idea. So basically, you can choose any pattern. For social media, just now I've mentioned any four. So let's say you are choosing social links, so you need to describe how you're going to use the social links to create the social media connection and also to promote a brand or your idea or your product. And then the last one is the visual design. So apply the 5 visual design in UX. So how you're going to apply the 5 principles in this visual design from Nielsen, okay, in your design. Okay, so meaning that you need to also further explain. Okay, so total maximum marks is 10, 20, 10, 20, and overall marks is 100. Alright, next is, okay, I show you just a, a sample, or it's like giving you a rough idea how your website should, how your report should look like. Okay, so if you can see here, I'm just giving one example. Project title, signature market. You are required to give a brief project introduction, a brief only, maybe one paragraph, maybe 8 to 10 sentence, just describing what is your project. So there you go, prototype application design. We are doing for criteria number 1, navigation criteria. So total we will have 6 criteria. Okay, and pattern used for number 1 will be fat menu. So it depends. For navigation criteria, you are required to choose 6, right? Any 6, so you will have 6 pattern here. Okay, pattern 1, pattern 2. Okay, pattern 1, you write the fat menu or whatever pattern that you choose, and then you will show your design. Okay, so this is just a sample how you to give you an idea. So your screenshot should be the design of your website. Please put a caption to it, a proper caption, and please also put a number to it. Alright, you can use these types of labeling, okay, to show that to show your explanation. And or if you don't want to do like this, you can also put the description in a separate paragraph rather than do like this. So basically this is for pattern use 1. Okay, and the last thing, please don't forget to put a page number. Okay, so I hope everybody are clear what you need to do with your assignment 2. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Okay, thank you everyone.